In today's show, analysts say Bitcoin may surge up to $250,000 before macro authorities care. That's right, Dan Tapiero says until Bitcoin hits $250,000 or a market cap of around $5 trillion, it may not have any relevance on a macro scale. He recently tweeted right here, 200 billion is too small to matter for macro authorities. Gold is 12 trillion and no one really cares. Bitcoin has clearance up to at least 250,000, 25x before the big boy global macro authorities start caring that it exists. I'll be breaking this down for you in today's show. Also, we'll be discussing Tim Draper's infamous $250,000 Bitcoin price prediction, where he feels this is conservative. He made this prediction approximately 1 year ago, and it's still in play, still very relevant for today. Check it out.
You still stand by that $250,000 prediction for Bitcoin in 2022?
Yeah, actually, and I hit the number on the head when I predicted 10,000 3 years before it hit 10,000. And it happened about within a week of my prediction, which is kind of like, sort of like the spirits have been with me. 250,000 means that Bitcoin would then have about a 5% market share of the currency world. And I think that may be understating the power of Bitcoin.
That's right, 250 G's, baby. I'll be dissecting this in today's show. Also in today's episode, former Goldman Sachs exec says a Bitcoin ETF will be approved, bringing billions of dollars into the crypto market. That's right. Check this out. You're allowed to front run in Bitcoin, and I'm going to give you the biggest front running opportunity of your life. They will get an ETF across the line. There will be billions of dollars that pour into it. We're going to be breaking this down in greater detail for you in today's show. Also in today's episode, the last time Bitcoin formed this signal, it surged $2,500. That's right. History repeating itself will mean the Bitcoin price is on the verge of a very notable move higher, as we can see right here in this graph. And I'll also be sharing with you the latest macro update from none other than Willy Woo. And we'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. We can see Bitcoin and most of the major altcoins back in the red, but where's the Bitcoin price likely to go from here? Find out all this plus so much more in today's show. Here at Crypto News Alerts, I drop a brand new episode every single day, including weekends, so be sure to smash that subscribe button and turn on all notifications to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, just like this. And before I kick off today's show, if interested in tapping into OPM, leveraging other people's money to grow your wealth and crypto portfolio, then smash the link right below this video in the description. All right, welcome back to another episode of Crypto News Alerts. I'm your host, JV, and let's kick it off by diving into today's top story of the day. According to Dan Tapiero, Bitcoin may surge up to $250,000 before macro authorities start to care. That's right, there's been many fears over recent years that central banks and other authorities will target Bitcoin as they may see it as a threat to traditional financial infrastructure. According to Dan Tapiero, though, these fears are unfounded for the time being. Bitcoin may not be macro relevant yet, despite the price surge. According to Dan Tapiero, co-founder of DTAP Capital, Gold Bullion International, amongst other firms, he has been closely following Bitcoin for a while now, being one of the first macro voices to enter the space. He recently commented that until Bitcoin hits 250,000 or a market cap of around 5 trillion, it may not have any relevance on a macro scale. Checking out his tweet here on crypto Twitter, 200 billion is too small to matter for macro authorities. Gold is 12 trillion and no one really cares. Bitcoin has clearance up to at least $250,000, 25x before the big boy global macro authorities start caring that it exists. Raoul Pal, does that math sound right to you? In which Raoul Pal responded, yeah, 100% agree. It's currently irrelevant on a global asset scale. As you say, even a $10 trillion market cap doesn't concern most central banks. The FX market trades half that in a day. DTCC clears and settles something over $250 billion in a year. Now it's worth noting that both these investors are extremely bullish on Bitcoin. Could you tell? Both believe that the king of all crypto will undergo an exponential rally this market cycle that will take the Bitcoin price above $100,000 and beyond, which is in congruence with the infamous stock to flow, which predicts a 6-digit Bitcoin price for the first time by this time next year. Now, a common belief, let's break it down. Tapiero and Powell's point point that Bitcoin currently isn't relevant on a macro scale has been echoed by Tom Lee of Fundstrat Global Advisors. Lee, as the head of research and co-founder of Fundstrat, has been following cryptos for years, regularly analyzing the space. Lee said at a conference in Singapore in 2018 that before a Bitcoin ETF should be approved by the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, it should trade at $150,000 or more. And Bloomberg wrote the following regarding his comment: "If you're involved in crypto, the SEC can look like an obstacle." Lee said they're establishing protections for individuals, and right now it's not convenient for the industry. But if the SEC is someone that people trust to protect them, that's how you get mainstream willing to get involved in crypto. And while Bitcoin has seen immense growth over the recent months and years, it remains a small asset on a macro scale. Case in point, only recently did Paul Tudor Jones, a billionaire hedge fund manager, begin dabbling into crypto. He recently allocated approximately 2% of his overall investment portfolio into the king of all crypto. And being we're talking about a $250,000 Bitcoin price prediction, who better than Tim Draper to share with you his price prediction? He actually shared this literally 1 year ago on September 13th, 2019, and it's still in play, so it couldn't be more relevant. So check it out.
Okay. You still stand by that $250,000 prediction for Bitcoin in 2022?
Yeah, actually, and I hit the number on the head when I predicted 10,000 3 years before it hit 10,000. And it happened about within a week of my prediction, which is kind of like, sort of like the spirits have been with me. But 250,000 means that Bitcoin would then have about a 5% market share of the currency world. And I think that may be understating the power of Bitcoin. And as it becomes easier for people to use, and as people decide, if I've got a choice between Bitcoin and fiat today, they might choose fiat because fiat seems easier to pay Starbucks or whatever. But longer term, if people pretty much can do whatever they can do with fiat with their Bitcoin, they're going to make the decision that they're going to like Bitcoin better than any fiat, because they know that their fiat will depreciate in value because naturally people have a natural inflation rate in their government. And if they have any distrust of their government, they're going to much prefer Bitcoin, because if the government isn't really, if they're using currency as a political force, they're going to lose out.
Pretty cool, right? So quoting Tim Draper, 250,000 means that the Bitcoin price would then have about a 5% market share of the currency world. And I think that may be underestimating the power of Bitcoin. I agree 100%. Let me know your thoughts in the comments right down below. And before I break down our next story of the day, former Goldman Sachs exec says the Bitcoin ETF will be approved, bringing billions of dollars into the crypto industry. But first, let's take a look at the overall crypto market. We can see Bitcoin and all the major altcoins are back in the red. Bitcoin down 2%, currently trading just above $10,800. We have Ethereum down 2.8%, trading at $372. XRP down 2%, trading below 25 cents. Chainlink down 1.6%, trading just above $10. BNB down 2%. So as you can see, it's just a sea of red. And checking out some of the top exchange volume, also a sea of red. Binance down about 25% with 4.8 billion in volume. Hobby Global down 27% with 1.4 billion. OKEX down 16% with 1.2 billion. And BitMEX down 10% with just under a billion in volume in the past 24 hours. All right, now let's break down our next story of the day, shall we? Raoul Pal, former Goldman Sachs exec and hedge fund manager, says that Bitcoin is offering a rare opportunity for retail investors to get out and invest in the next big thing before institutional investors. In a YouTube interview with Jerry Hall, Pal says that a proper Bitcoin exchange traded fund, better known as an ETF, will be the catalyst that brings billions of dollars into Bitcoin and exponentially expands the market cap of the largest cryptocurrency. He goes on the record to share, "You're allowed to front run in Bitcoin, and I'm going to give you the biggest front running opportunity of your life. They will get an ETF across the line. There will be billions of dollars that pour into it. Every pension plan will allocate some money to it. Every family office will allocate some money to it. And the more the price goes up, the more they will allocate, because the larger the market cap of Bitcoin is. This is an opportunity for retail to front run the institutions for once, as opposed to Goldman Sachs front running us." Powell says that for now, the big funds and institutions are trying to understand Bitcoin, but don't have an easy way to trade it yet. Keyword being yet. Just understand the pension plan, the endowment, the family office, the registered investment advisors. They're so far trying to get their heads around Bitcoin, and they don't have a product to trade yet. So they passed the custody regulations in the US, so now banks can custody. That means prime broking is coming for hedge funds. Hedge funds will be the first into the space. That's clear. They, the RIAs, understand that this is interesting, but they just can't do it. The regulations won't allow them to hold this digital asset. So there you have it, coming directly from Raoul Pal. If you want to check out this exclusive interview, I'll include it in the show notes below the video, in the description. Now, something important to point out from the previous story, according to Fundstrat's Tom Lee, when an ETF is to get approved, Bitcoin should be trading at $150,000 or more. Let me know if you agree or disagree in the comments right down below. And before I break down our next story of the day, the last time Bitcoin formed this signal, it surged $2,500. But first, let's take a look at the overall crypto market cap, sitting at $353 billion, with $77 billion in volume in the past 24 hours, and current Bitcoin dominance is 57.4%. And now taking a look at the biggest gainers within the top 100, we have Hyperon up a whopping 109%, trading at 49 cents. We have Cello up 43%, trading just under $3. ZB Token up 34%, trading at 38 cents. BAM Protocols up a whopping 18%. This is a competitor of the infamous Chainlink and Oracle provider, currently trading at $7.05. Reserve Rights up 15%, trading at 1.5 cents. And Ren up 14%, trading at 26 cents. And now taking a look at the biggest losers within the top 100, we have Hedge Trade down 17%, trading at $1.09. Uniswap down 16%, trading at $5.65. NXM down 12%, trading at $43. Yearn.finance down about 7%, trading at $30,000. Kusama down about 6%, trading at $42. And Polkadot down about 5%, trading at $4.86. Now, out of this list of the biggest losers and gainers for the day, which altcoins in particular are you most bullish on? Drop me a comment right down below. And now checking out the BitMEX margins, we can see the bears are obviously back in domination mode, leading with about 96 million in superiority in the last 24 hours, with shorts leading 56.3% versus 43.6% longs. Are you currently bullish or bearish on the king of all crypto? Holla at your boy. And now checking out one of my favorite indicators is the Crypto Greed and Fear Index. Shows we're currently rated a 52 neutral. Yesterday was a 48 neutral, last week a 38 in fear, and last month a 81 with extreme greed. Now, if you're not familiar with the Crypto Greed and Fear Index, extreme fear can be a sign investors are too worried. That can be a great buying opportunity, aka BTFD. And when investors are getting too greedy, that means the market is due for correction. All right, and before I share with you this next formation, which last time when it formed, the Bitcoin price surged $2,500. First, I want to remind you to smash that show more button right below this video in the description for a detailed analysis of what's going on in the market. This goes for all 540 plus videos right here on my channel. Also some very helpful resources for you to plug into, including the blog to my podcast, which could be found at cryptonewsyes.com. Also, be sure to smash that subscribe button right below this video in the description, or if you're listening or watching on a different platform other than YouTube, the direct YouTube link could be found at cryptonewsalerts.net. You can also find us on all the major podcasting platforms, from Apple's iTunes to Spotify, the home of the Joe Rogan Experience, to Google Play and Stitcher Radio. You can also follow us on Twitter to receive daily crypto news alerts. My Twitter handle is cryptonewsyes. And for those of you active on Facebook, as I am, I do have a private crypto Facebook group entitled Crypto Alchemy. To join it, simply click this link, request to join. I'll be sure to plug you in. And for those of you active on Telegram, as I am, I do have a private crypto Telegram chat. To join it, click this link. You'll automatically be added, and I'm looking forward to connecting with you personally on the inside. All right, now let's break down our final story of the day, shall we? One crypto trader recently identified the ACH of Bitcoin's RSI bullish channel breaks over the past year and has resulted in strong trend continuation. That's right, he shared the following chart, which shows that the last time Bitcoin's RSI looked as it does right now, the coin surged literally $2,500 in about the span of a week. Check it out. So history repeating will mean that the Bitcoin price is on the verge of a notable move higher, as we can see right here in this graph. It's also worth noting that this same analyst is bearish on a short-term time frame. This notably does not invalidate the above analysis, though, which suggests that Bitcoin is in the middle of a medium-term breakout. The reason why this analyst is bearish on a short-term time frame is there's a number of signals on Bitcoin's short-term chart that suggest a correction is imminent. Some of these reasons are as follows. Bitcoin has formed a Tom Denmark sequential 9 on its daily chart, suggesting a bearish reversal. Bitcoin has confirmed 11,000 as a resistance by forming a wick above that level, then failing to hold above it. There are also hidden bearish divergences forming between Bitcoin's recent price action and two indicators, the stochastic RSI and the Fisher transform. Both indicators are trend indicators. So there you have it. Now let's talk about some on-chain analytics, which happen to agree with the above aforementioned trader's sentiment that Bitcoin is embroiled in a medium-term reversal. And then Willy Woo, a prominent on-chain analyst, wrote the following last week on Bitcoin's outlook. Another impulse of coins changing hands has completed. The next directional move over the coming weeks is likely upwards. It's very unlikely we'll see any kind of catastrophic dump in price from here. Overall, I'm not expecting any mega dump. Some chance of smaller whipsaws in the short time frames. Resistance is teetering. Not a bad time to get in if you're a spot investor. Given the longer range macro, there's plenty of buy support below 10K. This is a buy the dip scenario. So there you have it. According to Willy Woo, this is BTFD. By the frickin' dip. His analysis suggests that whenever there's a shift in momentum in the value of Bitcoin transferred on chain, a trend reversal takes place. So there you have it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments right down below. Here's a quick recap of what I covered with you here in today's show. According to Dan Tapiero, Bitcoin may surge up to $250,000 before the macro authorities care. That's right. Bitcoin has clearance up to at least $250,000, which is 25x before the big boy global macro authorities start caring that it even exists. I also shared with you the infamous Bitcoin price prediction from Tim Draper that Bitcoin is heading to $250,000 by 2022. And also, former Goldman Sachs exec says a Bitcoin ETF will be approved, bringing billions of dollars into the crypto market. And I also shared with you how FundStrat's Thomas Lee says once an ETF is to be approved, Bitcoin should be trading at $150,000 or more. That's right. And I also shared with you right here, the last time Bitcoin formed this signal, the price surged literally $2,500. So where do you feel the Bitcoin price is heading next? Let me know in the comments right down below. Well, that's going to conclude today's show. As always, I appreciate you tuning in and journeying along with me inside this incredible crypto matrix. If you gain value out of today's show, be sure to smash that subscribe button. That's right. And turn on all notifications to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, just like this. And real quick, before I go, if interested in tapping into OPM, leveraging other people's money to grow your wealth and crypto portfolio, smash that link right below this video in the description and go ahead and register for this free system entitled OPM Wealth. You'll be glad you did, and I look forward to seeing you on tomorrow's episode. Peace.